Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Vechain. Once again, thank you for your continued support across the board here for CoinsKid. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for everything. The comments, the likes, sharing, and caring, everything you do to contribute and helping CoinsKid get to above 80k subs. It's amazing. I can't believe it. So it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Thank you very much. So diving into Vechain right now, it's looking good. Okay, it's looking good. I'm not going to lie to you. It is looking good because you're making these high lows on the daily time frame here. Could do with it breaking out and making these higher highs, but that could potentially come because you could be forming some kind of nice little horizontal triangle here on the daily. Okay, and which is a very bullish continuation pattern because you've come up into it. You know, and you're starting to make the higher lows and the lower highs, and you're getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and that's always indicative of a breakout. So that's really, really good. You're forming a really, really nice pattern here. Okay, and it would be nice because you can see these candles here. This one's closed above this one on the daily, so that's good as well. It shows that you're making progress and you're effectively marching on. Okay, so it's good. It's good. So right now you do need to keep adhering to this 20 daily EMA. You see the yellow line here. You see how it's curled. It started to roll down as the price come down, and now what you're doing, you're back testing, holding support. Brilliant, brilliant. Really good for continuation and marching on, because obviously you're fully aware, always keep you fully aware at all times of all the scenarios. If it does start to lose these key levels of support right now, you could start to see it roll over and come down to that particular level there. If it was to start and lose sort of the 16-cent mark and start to roll down, you're creating that reversal wave, then you look at that potential rollover. So right now you just need it to march on, okay? And it's adhering, and it's holding support really well, and it's making progress. So that's good. But I'll always make you aware of every single possibility, okay? And I always think of catalysts for a rollover, and it's not necessarily within your own project, okay? Your project can be flying. You could have some fantastic news out, you know, adoption has gone through the roof, 1 billion users and stuff like that. You know, all that doesn't matter because obviously crypto, all the smaller alts are correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin, as you know, is sort of took a bit of a side check. It's pumped up a little bit, and we've got that particular target up there of the inverse head and shoulders, and it's making progress. But Ethereum is approaching 3k. Now we believe that 3k is our target. We've had that target for a very long time of Fibonacci, okay, way down in the bear run. Basically in the bear market, we've had a 3k Ethereum target for a very long time. We've got a long market cycle top of around about 8k for Ethereum in this bull run, and who knows, it could go on from there, but that's where we're particularly targeting at the moment in its phase of the bull run. So we do anticipate that when Ethereum hits 3k, round about 3k, it's a nice psychological sort of round number, and based off some of our technical analysis, it lines up as well, roughly $3,072 plus dollars. We do believe that you will start seeing people taking profits, okay, and that's what leads, in our opinion, that could be a bit of a catalyst for a bit of a market correction. Not financial advice, and it might not happen. It's just something that we anticipate, and we're always going to be transparent with you in this channel. So, but so far so good. You know, Vechain's adhering to this uptrend and its reversal pattern just here, and it's starting to march on, and it's painting some beautiful patterns. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you the Ethereum confluence here. The fact that we think that you might start to see people taking profits at that 3k mark. Okay, so just looking at the weekly. Okay, we've had this target up here, this target of 3k, $3,072. We've had this target way down here since we had the bullish cross on the weekly time frame because Fibonacci. Okay, just like we've had a Bitcoin target, if you follow the Bitcoin videos, we've had a Bitcoin target at 64, topping out, rolling over, boom, job done. All targets met, and that's why we've got a new target of 200k Bitcoin as well. So far we're doing pretty good, I think, with our target. So you can see market cycle top 2017-18 bull run, and then market cycle bear bottom, and as you can see, it's marched onwards and upwards, broke all our levels, and it's marching to this particular level here, which we've had many moons ago for Ethereum. I know it's a Vechain video, but I just want to outline why I think you might see a market pullback. Okay, and I think personally, I'm always going to tell you of every scenario. Okay, I think that Ethereum is a catalyst for a market pullback. And I think that as you see Ethereum approaching this particular level here, this 1272 extension, I think it'll create a bit of a market pullback, because you can see on the weekly it's starting to look a little bit overextended. It's asking for a bit of a correction, in my opinion, just so it can start to look a bit more healthier. You know, I always talk the truth about these overextended EMAs. It's a massive signal. Okay, when Bitcoin was doing it, it was really overextended. What did it do? Rolled over, consolidated, bit boring, bit flat, had that correction, which was the correction to drag everything down last week, you know. And that's basically it. When these things, i.e. Bitcoin and Ethereum, hit the tops and roll over, it creates a correction. So right now you can see that it's approaching this particular target here, this nice round number of $3,072, which is a 1272 extension. So unless, you know, you might see Ethereum just absolutely march through that like a hot knife through butter, but you only have to look at Bitcoin's history to see that when it hit that, it pulled back. Okay, so it hits resistance. Like I said, you want to hit resistance here, pull back. It's normal. It's normal, because if you don't, you're not going to get back through it and back test the support, because if you shoot through it like a rocket ship to space and you don't test it, then that's not necessarily good. You do want to run into resistance, because it shows that it's performing, basically. It's adhering. And this is a nice psychological area as well, in my opinion, where you will see whales and traders and most people just saying, right, it's at 3k, it's a nice psychological target, I'm going to start taking some profits. So that's where you potentially see that sell-off. And you know, if Ethereum starts to sell off, then you will see a larger sell-off across the altcoins, I'm afraid, and that's how it works, you know, because Ethereum's top dog in the alts. It's king alt, basically, isn't it? Number 2 by market cap. So that, in my theory, and it is a theory as well, it's not a definite, so to speak. So don't take it as financial advice, and it might not happen. It's just something that I'm analysing and seeing effectively. But hopefully, you know, let's get through there like a hot knife through butter and march on to that 8k. It'd be amazing. But there, in my opinion, that would be the end of the bull run, because that would be up there, game over, roll over, bear market, and we don't want that. Okay, because in my opinion, I'm anticipating this pullback, basically, and I'm looking for the catalyst, and the catalyst is this 3k pullback continuation towards October, September, $8,200 Ethereum token, 200k Bitcoin, a $1.50 Vechain, a $10, $15, $20 plus XRP. But it's not going to get that unless it has these pullbacks, consolidation events before continuation, because you get too parabolic and it rolls over and crashes too quickly. So that's just basically a little bit of market psychology. And again, what I'm saying might not happen, okay, but it might happen. So just take it as an education and entertainment purposes only, please, not financial advice. Okay, so I'll always tell you what I see. So I do think as Ethereum approaches that 3k, you're going to see a bit of a sell-off, and that in my opinion is perfectly normal. It might fall a little bit shy of that, because the cascade might start a little bit early so they can maximize the profits, because they might see, that's what whales do. Okay, you have these targets and they just sort of, it falls short and you scratch your head, why? It's because the whales are targeting them particular levels as well. Traders have got their eyeballs on this, and it's a psychological key area, 3k. So anyway, jumping back onto Vechain, then we'll look at it on the 4-hourly time frame. Well, I'm just going to show you something on the daily, actually. I'll just show you something on the daily, just so I can explain to you right now, because you've created another key level of support right here as well. Okay, by doing this, these past 3 days, you've created another key level of support right here for Vechain, because what it is, I'm always going to show you what I see. Okay, and hopefully now back test support, march on, take out that high, continue with the bull run. Okay, and Ethereum doesn't roll over and it doesn't correct, and everything keeps going. But I'll always tell you what I see. So right now you can see, as outlined in yesterday's video, we've got this sort of depleting buying pressure, creating this rollover just here, hence the correction here, and you've created that support line in the center there for yourself. And again, if you start to lose that, and I've shown you previous patterns that once they lose that, they correct, and a target of that correction. So right now there's another pattern that's created. So there's all patterns in patterns. Okay, you've created basically the same pattern for Vechain just here. So if you look on the daily, what's happened is, from this bottom, you've come up, you've made a high, you rolled over, and you've found a level of support just there. Do you see that? Where that particular candle opened at the top, closed at the bottom. Do you see that? Because that's the buying pressure. So you've opened there and you've closed there, and you create this support line in the middle. The next day you open there and you close there, which is higher than this close, higher than this open, sorry. So it's effectively a higher high, which is good. So if you can start to see this candle now close higher than this, okay, you're making progress. If you don't and you start to roll over, you've created another level of top, another top there, a double M top pattern where you're rolling over and running out of steam, and you create support level. You've got another breakdown target out of that if you start to see it lose that. So there's all patterns in patterns, and you can see right now, if you was to start to lose that, you would see Vechain potentially lose that level of support, roll over and come back down and test this key level of support that you can't afford to lose, because if you do, you're looking at a big reversal wave down to that possible C wave 9-cent pullback there. So yeah, I'm always going to be transparent with you. So right now you need to see Vechain basically march on, okay? You need to see it just go, take off, go for it, take that high out, get through that, march on with this bull run. Because if it continues to consolidate around here, making these lower highs in the grand scheme of things like that, it's rolling over, it's coming back down, it's being forced down. So that's basically Vechain in a nutshell. You need to see it basically close higher than this particular close today. So bring up the daily, look at the charts, and just keep an eye on it. And again, you've got a support line in the middle there. I will drop that in for you right now, so I'll give you a rough idea. If you start seeing Vechain, you can see it anyway. If you bring up your daily and start seeing it close below this particular level at 19,156, okay, if you start seeing the close below that, then you're sort of losing this level of support, and then the pattern is down, retesting this, okay, because you're rolling over just like you are here, rolling over, downtrend. Yeah, so I've given you your key levels of support there for Vechain. But right now, what it's got is this beautiful bullish cross on the 4-hourly time frame, which is really good, okay? You've created this bullish cross on the 4-hour, which is really good. If you can keep back testing that as support and it starts creeping up, you are going to take this high out, and you've got a lovely little target there. I will show you that target right now for Vechain. So if you do see Vechain marching on and start to make progress, you could see Vechain actually approach, I'll just show you the price prediction just there. You could see it go up to that sort of level there. I'll drop that in so you can see that. So right now, because what it's done, it's come up and it's created this impulsive wave, corrective wave down, and now it's starting to make this impulsive wave up. Okay, you are going to run into resistance, but as long as you've got the bullish cross and you're back testing the 20, you're going to creep up and you're going to attack that high, which is good, because potentially then you could get up and take out that high and then invalidate that larger correction and just keep marching on. And that's what we all want for Vechain, okay? But do keep an eye on that Ethereum correction that I've spoken about. Hopefully it doesn't come and it keeps marching on, but you've always got to think of the catalyst for those rollbacks. And if Ethereum start to correct, which would be normal, to be honest with you, you can see it's begging for a correction basically. If it does start to correct, then obviously it might take some of the alts down with it, and Vechain included, I'm afraid, and that's where you might see that sort of dip. Because right now, all this is, okay, it's not a crash, it's not going to zero, it's called accumulation. Boring, flat, no progress, accumulation, and it's part of the cycle of progress. So that's basically Vechain. I hope you enjoyed that update. I'll always be transparent with you and tell you each and every outcome. So right now, if Vechain, you do start to see it adhere to the EMAs here, you could be looking at a lovely little upside of 27% for Vechain, marching on in this next impulsive wave up there, which would be golden, wouldn't it? Come on Vechain. Take care, everybody. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and I'll catch you tomorrow in a Vechain update. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.